Hello, and welcome back to the Olive Oil Critic. I'm so glad that you're here with me today, tasting another delicious extra virgin olive oil. And this one has a story. So, this is a DOP Chianti Classico, which we normally associate with wine, but this is a DOP Chianti Classico olive oil. So, it is from Pruneti, which is in Chianti in Italy. And the story of their grove is really incredible. They've been producing and cultivating olive trees for 160 years. It's 1872, is where they can trace their family back to. Let's see if I can actually get this bottle open. But one of the things that I love and is so beautiful about the region and where they're located is that they actually plant irises in between the trees. So if you go in May, they actually have like Iris Day, and you can go and see all the irises in bloom. And they truly are the best cover crop for olives. So it's no surprise that they are friends. But the irises, of course, grow on top of the soil, and the rhizomes are very close knit together. And so that ensures that the olive fly can't really do anything because the rhizomes are really close together and they cover the soil. So grasses and other things can't really pop up through them, where the olive fly would live and propagate. But on the other side, it also prevents evaporation. From the water in the soil. So it helps keep the soil covered and ensures that there's good water retention throughout the season. So these olives aren't irrigated. It's just natural rain that they depend on, which also gives them a lot of really great character when they are rain fed and not irrigated. But the beautiful irises in the grove, I really, really hope to get to Pruneti one day to see them because that just sounds incredible. Anyway, enough about flowers and back to olive oil. So there's typically four varietals that can be used in the DOP, and that's set out by the organization that manages the DOP. And the oil has to contain 80% of those four local varietals. And this one, it doesn't say exactly what the ratios are or which ones are in it. But the goal is to, of course, create an oil that is indicative of the region. And so all of the Chianti Classico DOP oils should have very similar characteristics because it's a very good example of the terroir and just the way that the olive varieties grow and just how they show up within that small area in Italy. So it showcases the biodiversity, also the milling techniques, of course, but really showcases what that specific region can offer. So let's give it a smell. Oh, it smells like fresh artichoke and some green almond, arugula. Let's see what else this is in here. Definitely smells a little bit like Frontoio, which I'm sure is a cultivar in this blend. Oh, it's so full in flavor. My goodness. There's like walnut and almond. It's really, really nutty. And then you get this beautiful bitterness on the sides of your palate with radicchio and endive. Definitely arugula in there, some rocket, and then a beautiful kind of green peppercorn finish on the back of your palate. It's not super peppery, it's not really overwhelming, although it's starting to come. I always forget. Well, I don't forget, but olive oil is a long taste. It's 45 seconds. And so often I'm like, where are those flavors? There's got to be more. And then, of course, there is more because the flavor is layered and it goes kind of back and then comes forward because there's just so much character and nuance to many olive oils, and this one specifically has so much going on in it. There's almost pine nuts. It's very, very nutty, especially right on the center of my tongue. I'm getting all these kind of like juicy nuts, and then my cheeks feel like I've eaten too many nuts, and it's almost like the skins of them have made my cheeks a little bit dry. And that again just comes from that healthy bitterness that comes through the olive oil and the flavor profile that it offers. But again, not a ton of pepper. This is definitely like a medium intensity oil on the back of your palate. There isn't that pepper there. But lots of bitterness and lots of character in this oil. The aroma really matches the flavor profile. So you've got this beautiful harmony kind of connecting everything together. It's also really creamy and just kind of soft in the mouth, which is really lovely. Especially if I was to drizzle this on toast in the morning, it would be wonderful. Just on a simple salad with fresh tomatoes and some mozzarella cheese. I definitely eat this, put it on just like simple chicken noodle soup. It would be so delicious. There's a good glug on top, like a hearty soup with orzo in it would be really yummy as well. Um, Goodness, trying to think of all the things. Scrambled eggs in the morning, of course, this would be delicious with spin and then a little drizzle on top. Maybe add some avocado would be yummy, just to kind of enhance and add to that creaminess. But this oil just seems it's incredibly well balanced, but it almost seems delicate in how all of the flavors kind of come together. It feels like it needs to be like handled lightly. I don't know. So it's not something I would probably fry with or saute my veggies in, but it's definitely something I would use as a finishing oil. It would be lovely over a cream pasta sauce. Even a rosé sauce would be incredible with this oil. Drizzle it over fresh greens. Like I said, fresh tomatoes would be really yummy. I might even add, some mint and some fresh herbs in with the tomatoes, and then just a squeeze of lemon and this oil, you probably don't even need the acid for the tomatoes if they're really sweet. I might add a little bit of just a squeeze of lemon juice, but there's so much character in this oil that it really doesn't need to be enhanced by anything. I would happily just put it on its own on fresh greens. Um, Salad for lunch, it would probably be really good just drizzle over ramen that's packed with veggies, a really rich, creamy chicken broth, a soy marinated egg would just, this on top would be absolutely delicious. And now I'm hungry. Anyway, this oil is truly unique. It's a really great example of the Chianti region. Again, made by Pruneti. This is such a special oil. And it was exciting to be able to share it with you. I hope you stick around and listen a little bit more. We've got more oils to taste. And thanks so much for joining me.